Welcome back to Picking Fights with Friends MMA show. I'm your host, Chris Terry. On today's episode, we'll be previewing UFC 259. We'll look at the matchups, the odds. I'll share my predictions and best bets. But first, let's see how my predictions and best bets did last weekend. Results from the last event are brought to you by Prime Garage Doors. Garage door service, repair, and installation. Last Saturday, I ended up going 4 for 9. Not my best, but given that there were 13 fights scheduled and we ended up with 9, and then one of those 9 ended up going to a draw, you know, it is what it is. This week, I'm looking to bounce back and dominate my league. So this Saturday for UFC 259, there's 15 fights scheduled, and I hope we get them all. I think the UFC is planning on a couple of cancellations. That's why they scheduled 15 fights. That seems to be the trend right now, like you'll lose 2 to 4 fights a night. They also stacked it with 3 championship fights. Let's take a look at the card. Matchups, odds, and predictions are brought to you by Half Empty Clothing. Check them out at halfemptyllc.bigcartel.com. UFC 259 takes place this Saturday at the Apex Center in Las Vegas, Nevada. Early prelims begin at 4 p.m. on Fight Pass, prelims begin at 6 p.m. on ESPN, ESPN Plus, and the main card kicks off at 8 p.m. on pay-per-view. Kicking off the early prelims on Fight Pass, we have Batista taking on Simon Phoenix Jones. Odds makers have Batista at minus 230 and Jones at plus 190. My pick will be Batista by decision. On to the lightweight division, we have Medic taking on Cruz. Odds makers have Medic at minus 170 and Cruz at plus 145. My pick will be Medic by submission round 3. And in the women's strawweight division, we have Souza taking on Lemos. Odds makers have Souza at plus 175 and Lemos at minus 210. My pick will be Lemos by decision. And then we go to the welterweight division where we have Brady taking on Matthews. Odds makers have Brady at minus 220 and Matthews at plus 180. My pick will be Brady by decision. And in the light heavyweight division, we have, I cannot pronounce this dude's last name, so I'm going to say his first name, Kennedy, taking on Olberg. Odds makers have Kennedy at plus 180 and Olberg at minus 220. My pick will be Olberg by decision. Then we go down to the flyweight division where we have Elliott taking on Espinoza. Odds makers have Elliott at plus 105 and Espinoza at minus 125. My pick will be Elliott by submission in round 2. On to the prelims on ESPN and ESPN Plus. We have Bontorin taking on Cara France. Odds makers have Bontorin at plus 125 and Cara France at minus 150. My pick will be Cara France by decision. Then we go down to the flyweight division where we have Benavidez taking on Askarov. Odds makers have Benavidez at plus 110 and Askarov at minus 130. My pick will be Benavidez by decision. In the bantamweight division, we have Yadong taking on Phillips. Odds makers have Yadong at minus 140 and Phillips at plus 120. My pick will be Yadong by decision. Staying in the bantamweight division, we have Cruz taking on Kenny. Odds makers have Cruz at plus 120 and Kenny at minus 140. My pick will be Cruz by decision. And to kick off the main card on pay-per-view, we have Santos taking on Rakic. Odds makers have Santos at plus 130 and Rakic at minus 155. My pick will be Rakic by knockout in round 2. And then we go to the lightweight division where we have Makhachev taking on Dober. Odds makers have Makhachev at minus 360 and Dober at plus 280. My pick will be Makhachev by decision. And to start the first of 3 championship fights, we go to the bantamweight division where we have Jan taking on Sterling. Odds makers have them even at minus 110 each. My pick will be Jan by decision. Our second championship fight of the night is in the women's featherweight division. We have Amanda Nunes taking on Megan Anderson. Odds makers have Nunes at a staggering minus 1100 and Anderson at plus 700. My pick will be Amanda Nunes by submission in round 1. In our main event of UFC 259, we go to the light heavyweight division. We have Jan Blachowicz taking on middleweight champ Israel Adesanya. Odds makers have Blachowicz at plus 200 and Adesanya at minus 240. My pick will be Adesanya by decision. My best bets are brought to you by Supreme Clean, professional cleaning service. Call or email for an appointment. Here are some bets that I recommend for UFC 259. I'm going to do a 3-leg parlay consisting of Olberg on the money line, Batista to win in over 2.5 rounds, and Lemos to win in over 2.5 rounds. I'm also going to place 2 straight bets consisting of Makhachev on the money line and Askarov also on the money line. This weekend there's 3 underdogs I think can get the job done. I know people are laughing and going, Megan Anderson, she's going to get mauled. Okay, I get it. But when you see the odds this lopsided, it doesn't hurt to put money on the underdog. Like, who thought Holly Holm was going to knock out Ronda Rousey? I also think Jan Blachowicz has an excellent shot at winning by knockout. And Thiago Santos, remember when he fought John Jones, both knees were like blowing out completely, and that dude still fought John Jones for 5 rounds. Santos is not a bad pick, but he can get caught. I'm hoping with those new knees he can move around a lot faster, have some good head movement, and land some shots of his own and get a knockout. And that's our show, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and a share. Also, remember to join me every Thursday evening on Facebook Live to talk MMA, share funny stories, and of course the horse races. I hope you're all having a great week. Enjoy the fights this weekend. I will talk to you later. Bye.